Hello.
Oh, shit.
Welcome to SSJ Moe The Podcast. We are your three hosts. My name is Chris, aka Gabool the Wild.
My name is Cody. Probably get to hear me mostly called PCP.
My name is Chad. Probably know me throughout everything as Caeddus, or, if you wish, you may call me Kami-sama.
Shut up.
That's pretty beautiful.
I am Kami-sama.
Mommy.
Okay, so
Mommy-san.
for now, suppose we'll just bullshit. Let's see. Something I've watched recently. God damn. What was the last thing I watched? Well, I watched Wolf's Rain, and then you watched it.
Oh man, Wolf's Rain was
PCP
great.
hasn't yet.
I watched the first episode.
We're definitely gonna have
Dude, you gotta see Darcia! He's such a badass!
Calm down, Chris. You're gonna be so loud on the mic. I think we definitely need to do Wolf's Rain one day. I think
Oh, there's a lot we need to do.
that deserves
but
an episode.
Anywho, what about you, Chad?
I've been watching, was it Watamote?
Watamote, yeah.
As that's been coming out. That's pretty interesting. Definitely reminds me of, kind of like Lucky Star, except the main chick's a little creepier.
Well, that's the whole point.
Well, yeah, but, I really
She's
like
like
it.
more edgy and shit.
I wouldn't even say edgy, just like...
She's just
She
Crazy,
has no, like,
insane.
yeah.
I haven't watched any of that.
She has no, social skills, I guess.
at all. It's all based off of fucking, like, H-game. Like Bishoujo games.
Yeah.
Oh, dear lord.
It's a really good
Boys
series.
love.
It's still... it's still really funny. I would definitely recommend it. Although, I wouldn't start it until after it's finished.
Yeah.
Just,
What about you,
I
PCP?
think the last thing I watched was probably... What was the last thing I watched? I talked to you about it. What was it? Zero no Tsukaima?
Was it that series about, Fuck.
The dude who gets summoned as that chick's familiar?
He had like a katana, right?
It wasn't a katana, but yeah, he ended up meeting a sword named Delph.
Okay,
yeah, it was
that.
pretty chill. It's like pretty long though. It's like 4 seasons right now. I think it's actually over. It's actually not that long when you go into it because each season's like 12 episodes.
Okay, I was about to say, it must be 12 episodes.
Yeah, so it's not super long, but still relatively long.
That's pretty long for a lot of things that's been coming out recently, though.
Well, yeah,
Most things have only been 1-2 seasons at most.
yeah. But it was pretty good. It was not quite what I was expecting. It was kind of like the action was kind of lackluster, but it was still like,
I think all that really is important is the story. I mean,
yeah. I mean, the story was pretty decent. All the chicks are pretty what's up. Some of them pretty badass. The sword was badass.
Is there a harem?
Kind of. Like, only like 3 women actually won his nuts.
Okay, we talked about this. I remember this now.
Yeah.
I hate harems. Just because...
Well, but he's got his, like, the girl that he picks, like, it's obvious through the entire thing, and he does say throughout the entire thing, like, I love you.
But it's not something stupid like in Demon King Daimao when he chooses someone but still doesn't end with her.
Yeah.
That was really stupid. That's the main reason I hate when they have harems like that. They never choose someone. It gets on my fucking nerves.
I think it's pretty chill because, like, he gets all the chicks, man. It's the best ending. Like,
Everybody's happy.
yeah,
Saito
man.
Kai.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I enjoy harem ending, so.
We can curse on this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just
Of
double
course.
checking. Well, just because, like, anything we put it up on will mark us as explicit.
That's
because of it, so-
cool.
Well, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, you heard it from us.
Fuck it.
Shit.
Fuck it.
Okay, so I guess we should move on now.
Alright.
Chad, you want to take us off?
Are we going to talk about us?
Us. What we are. What are we
Us
here to
as a
do?
group.
What is our mission?
Our mission is to deliver top quality anime reviews or manga reviews.
As reviews are meant to be. This is not a 1 to 10 scale.
No, I don't like 1 to 10 scale. It makes it seem like...
No ratings here.
No. We're not... Our goal isn't to compare our animes to other animes. Our goal is simply to tell you what they're about and whether we think they're worth watching.
And our opinions are better than most people, so, yeah.
Let's see. Chris, do you want to talk a little bit why we're the best?
Why we are the best. Well, I think one of the best things about us is that we all prefer subs, because I think that, well, I know from experience that content can be lost during English dubs.
Without a doubt.
And I also feel that the best thing about watching any anime in Japanese is the fact that it is universal. Whenever you have any question about it or any discussion about it, you can always just talk about the original content, and I believe that's the best way to look at it,
Right.
especially from any type of critical or artistic standpoint.
Right, because in some languages they don't have words or phrases that would translate into their language from Japanese, so they kind of have to make up some kind of bullshit filler to put in there, so it makes more sense. Believe it.
Yeah.
Something like that. Doesn't have any real meaning in Japanese, but they had to have something to put in with the lips, so something weird we put in there. I don't know where they got believe it from.
I don't know.
Now, we don't hate dubs, don't get us wrong. There are some dubs we do like, but for the most part, we think that
Subs over dubs.
Subs over dubs. We were just talking about this. Cowboy Bebop isn't a bad dub.
No, Clan had pretty decent dub.
We just think for simplicity purposes, subs are easier. Generally, you get subs a lot sooner than dubs anyway, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, within a week or two, generally.
Yeah. Speaking of which, do we know when Battle of Gods is going to be subbed yet?
Man,
It's getting close.
Yeah, I know.
It's been getting close
You can
for the
probably
last few
find
weeks.
a fan sub somewhere,
Oh, no,
but
we need good
the
subs.
Blu-ray is what you're gonna want to wait for.
Yeah.
I don't
guess
even
I
know
think-
whenever the DVD release is going to
I
come
want
out.
to say
The
that's
last
around
that I heard,
September
it was
or October.
Yeah, probably.
yeah, something like that. The last thing I read about it was that they had opened pre-orders for it.
All
and that
right,
was
so
a little
it
while
shouldn't
back.
be
Yeah,
too
no,
much longer.
Not
say,
at all.
I'd say once it's released, we'll probably get it within 2 weeks at most after.
Let's see.
Probably,
I need to
yeah.
look into seeing when the third Berserk movie is coming out, because that
dude,
is
I don't
definitely
know.
something I am really looking forward to.
That last one really killed me.
But I don't think that they can make anything worse than that, so the rest of it I can enjoy just fine.
Should we
I'm
talk about what went wrong? I mean, that's
Alright,
a major spoiler.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
In the second Berserk movie, if you read the original manga, there's this moment where a mercenary named Nosferatu Zod, who is a demon, throws his fucking sword to the main character from on top of this cliff. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's just the most badass moment.
He's pretty much in a fight that he's going to lose. His sword is gone.
Yeah, the main character, Guts, his sword had broken. That's why Zod throws him his sword, because it's weak from killing 100 men not too long ago in one night.
Yeah. Then he just picks up Zod's sword and decapitates him and the horse in one swing.
In the movie, he still cuts their heads off, but he uses a flag that fell on the ground to distract the general, so it was still nowhere near as badass.
It was still pretty cool, but it was definitely cooler in the manga.
Yeah.
tends to happen.
One thing you'll probably hear is us comparing it to the manga a lot, if there's a manga, or for some series, like...
Backwards.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll do too many series that are only mangas.
Well, no.
But I would say probably if we were to do something like Naruto or Bleach, we would mostly be referring to the manga more than the anime. Just because, like, how we were talking about how subs are more original content than the dubs are, the manga is the most original content.
Yeah.
For most cases.
In most cases.
There's a few anime that are originally anime before.
We will generally use whichever one
is the
most
material.
original.
Primary source.
But anyway, okay, so we had a big problem deciding on what we were gonna start with. Is that supposed to happen?
Oh shit!
Did that stop our recording? No.
No.
Okay. Good.
Okay, we'll just
No, we'll leave that in. Leave it in.
No, I was gonna say we'll move it around every few minutes just to make sure.
We had trouble deciding what we were gonna do for our first show because we didn't want to do something too new so that it was still coming out, so we had an unfinished product. But we didn't want to do something so old that nobody would know about it or not as many people would know about it. So we needed something that was somewhat, relatively new. And what?
No, keep going.
But not too old, so nobody would know about it. So we decided, after some debate, to go with Sword Art Online because, as I said, it's relatively new. A lot of its hype has died down since the newer shows like Shingeki no Kyojin has come out. And it's what?
Alright.
That
Chad,
Forbidden series.
I need you to do me a favor.
What do you want me to do?
Hand me my cape.
Here. Oh no, your chair.
Oh shit.
Your cape.
Thank you.
So we decided to go with that. We ran into a little problem. Chris, this was his first time watching it, and he couldn't get through it all. So we're gonna be spoiling some stuff for him.
Yeah.
He'll get over it.
Yeah, me and Chad have watched it before. I went all the way through it again. Chad skimmed over it again.
It's been some time.
But we decided to start with that because we figured a lot of you would have known it. There's still probably some of you who haven't, and it was actually a really good show. So,
I guess we'll just
want to start.
Talk about our opinion. I guess we'll talk about what it is first. I guess right off the bat,
Plot
it's
summary.
First, for those of you who don't know what it is,
yeah, it's I don't know if there's a specific word you describe it as, but it's an MMO anime. It's an anime where the story, setting, everything is based
virtual
in a virtual reality game.
Basically, this game gets created on this system, on this software. Well, not really. It's hardware, but on this little piece of equipment called nerve gear, which basically shuts down most of your body except for your brain, sets you into this virtual world for whatever game you're playing that's for that thing. Well, this game gets made called Sword Art Online. It's the first real big virtual MMO, and everyone gets in and everything. There's been the beta tests are finished, it's released, everyone gets in, and the person who created the everything for it,
Kayaba Akihiko.
Yes, Kayaba Akihiko. He basically shows up once everyone gets logged in, all 10,000 copies that have been sold, all those people get logged in and everything. He shows up and tells them why.
Bitch slaps them.
Yeah, basically cock slaps them. Says, okay, you can't log out. If you die in this game, you're gonna die in real life. If you try and take off the nerve gear, if anyone else tries to take it off, you're gonna die. And the only way to get out is for someone to clear the game. And there's 100 floors, and each floor is basically like its own continent.
I think I was looking at something on the website. Basically, if anyone dies in the game, they die in real life, and if anyone tries to take off their nerve gear from outside the game, they die then too.
Yes, I said that.
Okay. Well, I was just reiterating because I was going to say that seems more like the old school virtual reality animes, where there have been some newer ones that come out, but it's not anything like that. It's just about some characters playing a game. There's no
kind of like the second season.
Right. There's no real stake involved in it, so everything seems almost pointless when they get upset about someone dying. They're just respawn 5 minutes later.
Right. Speaking of, to clarify, a lot of people don't like to admit this, but all of Sword Art Online is actually 2 seasons. The episode cut was weird. Instead of it being 12 and 12 or whatever, or it's 14 and however much is left. I think it's 11.
Just a little random Fact of the day.
Well, because like a lot of people don't know that it's 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So when I refer to the second season, they're all like, Gun-Gale isn't on yet. And I was like, that's the 3rd season.
Right. Anyway.
Wait, okay, so there will be a 3rd
There
season?
will
Yes.
be. They have announced Gun-Gale will be
animated. I'm not sure they've started on producing it yet.
They haven't started. It is announced that it will be done though. And little fun fact, in the manga, I think there's like, I don't remember the exact number, but I think there's like 6 games that actually
I'm not sure there is a manga.
covered.
Isn't it just light novels?
Or light novels, yeah, not the manga. In the novels, there's like 6 or so games that actually get played.
Yeah, there are quite a few.
So we don't know how many are actually going to get covered.
We will say, I suppose, this is one of those cases where we're not using the original material for reference.
Yes.
Mostly because we don't have much time to read all the light novels.
Well, I do, but
You don't count. You don't have a life.
I know it sucks.
But anyway, like I was saying before, I really like that there's like stake involved with this.
In the first part, anyway.
In the first part, at least. It reminds me of... It could just be that these are the ones I grew up with, but it reminds me of, like, the Dot Hack series. Those always had the same amount of stake. If someone died, they're dead. So, if someone dies, it's really heart-wrenching. If someone you love dies... In the newer ones, I can't think of any right off the bat, but... Someone dies, I'm just like, okay, that's cool. They build up to be a really sad moment. It's like 5 minutes later, oh, hey, guys, I'm back. I think this was really important for the development of Kirito, the main character, because, first of all, spoilers. Like, this entire thing's gonna be spoilers. We're not gonna say it anymore.
Get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Also, random tidbit, I love the fucking opening. The opening song is pretty awesome.
There's 2.
Okay, well, the first one.
Yeah.
Alright, the first opening
When,
is fucking amazing.
I'll talk about that a little minute. I have to pull something up before I get back on this. I
Alright.
forgot it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the second opening more, personally.
I haven't seen it, so...
Chris has gotten to episode 7. Everyone give him a little round of applause.
Hell yeah.
All of his busy schedule. But, not a joke, by the way. Chris works a lot.
Yeah. Actually...
Chris works more than both of us.
Oh, I still work quite a bit.
You work more than I worked. My hours are shit.
Oh, I don't work too much. Just my hours themselves. So.
Yeah, my hours just suck. I work 25 hours a week at most because my company decided to limit us. So I used to work almost double, but we yeah.
Okay, back to what I was getting to. I pulled it up.
Okay.
By the way, I have a very hard time remembering names, so I'm kind of on my laptop pulling stuff up as we go.
Yeah, I told you, I'm really good with names.
Shut up.
You just
Fuck
ask.
you.
Just ask.
Alright, so I was going to say, along with the whole dying thing, I think this is very important to the main character, because in the game, when it starts off, he's kind of a recluse. He doesn't have any friends. He meets... I think his name's Klein.
Klein, yeah.
Right off the bat, but even then, they're still kind of friends, but he doesn't care too much for him.
He tries.
He tries, but for a pretty big chunk, he's still pretty much a loner. He doesn't care too much about anyone else.
He wanted to, but he only wanted to, like, a small group.
Right.
He doesn't. He's terrible with groups.
But I mean, even then, with just Asuna, he couldn't stick with Asuna, whatever. He couldn't stick with her very much. He just couldn't find himself to. And I was going to say, when he found the Black Cats of the Full Moon Guild, that was the first guild he joined.
Well, only by choice.
Only
one that he...
choice. Yeah. He actually made a lot of friends. He learned to be great friends with all of them. He even fell in love with Sachi. I would say that he fell in love.
I don't think it was so much on his part. I think that there was definitely some form of bond.
I don't know. I would definitely say
they were in love.
I definitely think Sachi loved him.
I think it was like just
okay
camaraderie.
No.
I
would say he definitely loved her. Maybe not like love, but it was probably one of the first characters he ever really felt more than just, hey, let's be friends to. He really liked her a lot. We see that. And when she dies and the rest of the guild dies, he's just heartbroken.
Well, that's partially because it's all his fault. Well, debatably.
That's not really...
It's his fault in his mind.
That's not really his fault, though.
In his mind, it is. He completely takes the blame for that.
Yeah, But either way, that's not...
Shit's stupid.
That's not the point I'm trying to get... The point I'm trying to get across is that this is like a major development in the story. After this, he learns to care more about people. He makes more friends. He's not as much of a recluse, and we even see that by the end of the game, after all this shit's gone on.
I wouldn't say he gets so much better until he hears that recording she left, but...
Oh, I would say he still... Just that alone still helped, because he...
Oh, no, that definitely... That's what helped him, because...
And I mean, just the fact that all these people he meets throughout the story, he realizes, hey, this is real. Everything about this is real. God damn it. Chris, I hate your computer.
I'm sorry.
Everything about it is real, and after they get out of Sword Art, you see him, he goes to the bar all the time, he hangs out with all the people he met in real life, which...
Well, not everyone. The only people it shows that he meets that he sees afterwards is Agil and Klein. I think he meets Klein with Klein.
He sees a lot of other people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I do
chills
remember,
at Agil's bar.
Even though he's like, what, 14? 15? He just lets him in a bar. But either way, after this whole experience, after I think he really understood what it meant to live and die, have friends.
That's why everyone thought
friends.
he was so weird in Alfheim.
Yeah, yeah, I mean...
Because he was just like, I'm not letting anybody die, and like, why?
This is something that even other characters haven't learned what it truly means to have friends and then lose friends. Even the ones who did lose their friends, they just kind of got over them pretty quickly, it seems, almost. I suppose Liz was kind of an exception, but you don't really see her feel anything towards her
Well,
old
Liz
members.
didn't really, lose... I didn't go into anything or anyone that she lost.
Yeah, that picture she had.
Yeah, but it
She lost.
It didn't really go into it though, so you can't really say that because though it never says that they died.
Okay, I'm assuming that they died since in the picture it appeared that they were very good friends, and she.
Of course, that was also really early on because her hair was still brown.
I think.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think a year's passed by that point.
At that point, it's been the 2-year mark, I think.
Oh, it has been?
I think. I can't remember exactly.
Alright, well, either way, and then when they get to Alfheim, he cares about all these people. Someone's about to die, and he, risks his life to do this, and everyone's like, what the hell is he doing? They're just gonna spawn anyway.
Okay, so I think that sounds really ridiculous and dumb.
Why?
What, that they can just respawn?
Well, this isn't a different game.
Yeah,
this is after they get out of Sword Art.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying,
the entire thing I just said was ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, well, fuck you.
Okay. Well, anywho.
Yeah, I do think it's kind of
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
I don't enjoy the idea of, the next season.
In the second part, the
well,
whole fact that they can die.
That.
Well, the whole point of that is because he gets when
I
he
mean,
gets
what
out,
are they just playing that game for fun?
No, when he gets out of Sword Art, because during his time clearing the game, him and Asuna do die. They get killed in the game, but
they don't die in real life.
Well, because what happens is Will takes over and beats the system because Kayaba says something about that too.
Because all that matters is your will to live.
Yeah.
But so he ends up killing Heathcliff or Kayaba, and they go to this little section outside of the 100 floors when he talks to Kayaba for a little bit and he explains it to him a bit, and he wakes up in the hospital. So he even though he died in the game, there was still a moment in time where it allowed him to where he didn't actually his data didn't get deleted.
Not fried.
His data wasn't. I believe I don't remember. There was something on the screen when he entered there. I think it was something about how it was going through data deletion or something and didn't finish. I don't remember. But the point is, him and Asuna aren't dead. He wakes up, finds out Asuna never woke up.
Oh,
she's still alive,
shit.
but she never woke up. And you find out later that somebody who was under Kayaba found a way to catch some of the kids before they woke up into a separate server. So 300 people from Sword Art Online never woke up, and they get thrown into this other game. Well, she's the only one who's actually in the game. The other ones, they're just their mind. He's using them for test subjects for something that he how he can change their memories and stuff, and how emotions, all that stuff. And he.
Man, I think that shit's crazy that Asuna didn't wake up.
Well, the whole point is that he goes to hospital room, and this guy basically reveals to him that he's gonna get married to her while she's unconscious.
What the fuck?
And Kirito's just like, oh god. And
How does that work? How is this person going to marry her?
It's arranged by her father.
Okay, so they can still get married while she's fucking asleep in a coma?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
It's... but
that does not...
Plot device.
Dude, that does really not make any sense at all. That is bullshit.
But,
that is so stupid.
Anyway, he gets a tip from Agil that she's in this other game, Alfheim. And so he borrows the game from Agil and logs in. And the whole point of it is for him to, again, clear the game so he can rescue Asuna.
So she's just at the end of the game.
Yeah. So he does actually have a real reason and motive. There's still stuff.
Yeah, and there is a timeline because he has till a certain day next week.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're getting married the next week. So he has, probably... Actually, yeah, by the time he gets in, he has less than 7 days.
What did he do? Grind metal slimes?
Not at all.
Cap?
I won't say... Well, should we say... Because that's kind of I mean...
I want to say it doesn't really matter.
Okay, well, basically all of his skills from Sword Art Online carry over for whatever reason. Except for his dual wield skill.
The reason is because Alfheim is a recreation.
It's not a recreation.
But it's like a part of it, right?
It's a copy of the world with using an older version of the code.
It's pretty much the same server, pretty much everything else is about it.
Well, it's a copy.
It's made from the same game, so...
It's a copy using an older version of the Cardinal programming.
Right, but I mean, it's just because his character was still in the game, pretty much. It was just that it carried over.
Yeah, and the only item that carried over... But all of his items except for one carried over.
What is this?
All of his items except for the one he made.
Alright, what is the second game called?
Alfheim.
Okay, so...
Alfheim?
Back to what we were talking about before we got on this...
This will happen a lot.
In the second part, Alfheim, he does have real motive, there is stuff on the line, but at the same time, he still kind of goes crazy and being so serious about everything. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's
just a factor of him being from Sword Art.
Right. No one else in the series, or in that part of the series, realizes why he's like this.
Because he never tells anyone, yeah, I'm from Sword Art.
No, I don't think...
Well, all those people were in Sword Art too, right?
No. The only person that was from Sword Art was Asuna.
So the rest of them are just NPCs?
No, it's just all new players.
Yeah.
Because the first Sword Art...
I thought, Alfheim was because those 300 people...
No, they just get put in there. And they're not even in there, it's just their consciousness is getting... It's just their consciousness is in there. On these, terminals.
Okay, you have to realize, I think it was something only 10,000 copies of Sword Art was made.
And only
within the first...
Yeah, within the first year,
2,000 people... Or no, within the first few episodes, 2 episodes, 2,000 people died.
Yeah, I think it was, within, a month or so, because 2,000 people died
and only about,
they even cleared the first floor.
A little less than 6,000 actually get out.
Right. So, really, the people that do get out, a lot of them are still in rehab, too.
Yeah.
And the rest don't want to play another game like that. I wouldn't want to play another game like that, just in case something crazy like that happened. So really, I think there's only 2 characters that play it, I guess. What's his name? Agil?
Agil didn't play it.
He had a copy of it.
He had a copy of it, but he never played it.
Oh, well, whatever. He had it, so I guess really then the only person who's willingly playing it
is Kirito.
But well, never mind.
So this new game is just a flop?
Pretty much. I mean, he beats
the game. Nobody wants to play it!
No, there's tons of people that play it. The people from Sword Art don't want to play it.
Okay, how many people are in that world, then?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
I'd say at least as many.
I would, at least as many, because they have ridiculous guilds. Pretty much, there's different races.
It's 9 different races.
And each race has its own...
Do they actually have a fucking class in that game?
Yeah, they're classes.
It's classes.
All the skills are magic in this one.
It's classes like it is in Skyrim. There's no definitive class, but you can still stereotype people. But there's at least just as many.
And
people.
all the important characters are actual players. Each head of each race is an actual person.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's pretty much each race has its own government, and they're real people that play them. They're all pretty involved in the
I would love to
story,
have
too.
that much time to play a game.
Dude, I wish. I gotta say, if I had the choice, I would totally play Sword Art. Even if it meant risking my life.
We'd wreck it.
You know we would all be Kirito level.
Nobody messes with me, though. Because I'm a white mage.
Damn it, nobody fucks with the white mage. We would all be Kirito level. Oh, shit.
Which is just broken.
Yeah.
We'll all be broken.
It reminds me of Demon Souls. There's just
We
like
need
a
to get
ridiculous.
back on that.
Yeah, we do. Let's see, we had to clear the tower in my world.
We're only 30 minutes in.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we still got plenty to talk about.
Alright, I have a question. What do y'all think, or I guess not Chris, what do you think of Akihiko, the person who created the game?
I like him.
I think he's a really cool character.
Yeah.
Cause,
He's a badass.
yeah, I know that they actually go a lot more in depth with him in the light novels. Hopefully in third season they'll talk more about him.
I don't know if that's going to be all the same stuff, though.
I think
I'm not
that
sure.
the outfit that he showed up with in the beginning was fucking
Because he looked like
bad
a fucking...
ass. He looked like a druid, man. Dude, he was insane. He looked crazy. He was like thousands of times bigger than all of those people just floating above them.
I mean, I didn't so much like him as
Heathcliff.
but afterwards...
Who
Yeah.
the fuck is Heathcliff?
Heathcliff is the
He's-
head of the biggest, strongest
damn it,
guild.
that was a huge spoiler. Fuck!
What?
We already said we weren't saying it anymore.
Oh, dude, but still, that was such a big spoiler. Oh my god.
Spoiler alert.
What?
Spoiler alert.
Dude, fuck that.
Uh,
Fuck these people. You're gonna get spoiled all the time.
Okay,
Like,
so the person who created...
Said we weren't gonna
Yeah,
say it again.
The person who created...
Because you remember how he
is-
said he's going to watch everybody?
Yeah.
So
So
Kirito eventually,
Is he in
figures
love
it
with
out.
Kirito?
No.
No.
Okay, okay.
There's probably the biggest guild in the series and the one that's mostly responsible for clearing
He's the
levels.
head of it.
He's the head of it.
And once they beat one
So-
of the bosses, I think it's like 60...
What is Asuda's guild?
Same one.
guild.
Okay, so
She's
he's the head of
she's
that
like
guild.
she's like the second in command, I think.
Yes. Knights
of the Blood.
Yeah. I think he makes himself out to be a really bad guy from the beginning.
Man, he's really not.
When he appears as Heathcliff, he appears even worse, but when he talks to Kirito, it's actually he's a normal guy. He has very, like,
Okay, so like
philosophical
this dude,
reasons for everything. He doesn't want to just kill people.
Akihiko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, the person who made the game. So like, he shows up then, and then he shows up as this other character.
Yeah, he's been playing the
Yes.
game the entire time, but he's made him. But he's kind of haxing it because
Because-
he's immortal.
Oh, really?
His health,
Yeah.
he's got it set up where his health can't drop into the yellow.
Really?
Yeah, and when he actually duels Kirito,
Does
at one
anybody
point-
know this?
They
Well, they
Kirito
figure it
figures it out.
But
Well, yeah,
that's
no
it.
shit. I'm sure he figured it
Kirito
out.
ends up fighting him in a duel, and this is how he gets put into the guild, because he fights for Asuna. If he wins, he gets to take Asuna somewhere, and she gets leave from the guild. And if he loses, he has to join. Well, he fights Heathcliff, and he's pretty much like set up to where he's about to like wreck it, because it's first hit. But it's set up as first hit, but he nicks him, and it doesn't count it. So I guess it was first solid hit.
Yeah,
But
it was bullshit.
he was like overpowering him with his speed because he was using his dual wield skill, and he like it looks like time freezes, but it's really just really quick. And Kirito's like coming down, and it like looks like it freezes, and his shield is over here. It just moves over in front of his face, and then like knocks it away when it like goes back into real time. And Kirito sees all this happening. He's like, "What the fuck?"
That's insane.
Axe.
Yeah,
Okay, so why the fuck is he doing that?
because he wants to watch the whole thing unfold.
Pretty much.
Dude, that's bullshit. What
Well,
a
he-
douchebag.
Well,
The
If
reason-
I did
okay,
that,
no.
then I'd fuck
But
with
his
people,
reason
man.
is, which I think
He
a
wanted
lot
to-
of it is mostly assumed. He wanted to create the perfect game.
yeah.
And in order to accomplish that, he set this whole thing up with Sword Art so he could, I suppose, fine-tune things and find someone who could perfect the game.
Yeah, but
Which-
and Kirito shattered everything. Like
Yeah.
he showed that
Oh.
human will broke the system.
In the end, Kirito was the one he kind of chose to
Yeah.
finish the game, but Kirito was like, no, fuck that, but he still kind of did carry the game on.
Well, yeah, because he was like,
Story
"Oh, if I
progression.
beat you now, everyone gets to go.
Yeah.
Asuna's fine." Yeah. Oh, okay then.
I really think if it wasn't for Asuna, he probably would have been like, alright, that's cool, let's make a new game. Because, I mean, even though, like I said, he does learn to become friends with people,
Yeah.
I think really most of the... Jesus fucking Christ. I think really most of the reasoning for everything that went down was for Asuna.
It was.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm getting something.
Okay.
Oh, God damn it, Chris.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Okay. Anyway, onward.
There they are.
And I know you personally, like, as far as Alfheim goes, didn't like his cousin.
Didn't like his cousin very much, no.
I didn't like her as a character. I feel that she was still important. She was. But I don't see...
Oh, yeah, she was definitely important.
I didn't like her, but I didn't, like, outright hate her, kind of like you do.
I wouldn't say outright hate her. I just think the way she acts is stupid.
I didn't like her avatar. Leafa looked retarded.
Really? I thought she was pretty cute.
I didn't like Leafa. So yeah.
Delicious.
What was it?
Alright, so... Man, I think that... I don't even know.
What topic
Do they...
Do
Kirito and Asuna hook up in the end?
They get married.
Real life?
Oh, in real life?
Oh, in real life?
I
think it's pretty open-ended.
Yeah. I mean, there's still more of a story.
Together.
Yeah. Like, they get out of the game, and, you know, they wake up and everything.
They're still together, but I mean, like
he does...
They are, like, 14 or 15.
I think...
Well, they...
It's not like they can get married.
Well, are they in a romantic relationship?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it... I haven't read the light novels. I think at the end, it does... They're in a romantic relationship. At the same time, I did feel it could have been a little open-ended for some reason or another.
Oh, no, they're definitely together. He tells Sugu that...
I don't know. I don't remember
that, like, he doesn't know how he
it.
feels about her, and that's why he needs to go do this, so he can get it all out of the way. But, like, I think that he was... I honestly believe he was just saying that.
I do think he loves her, though.
As a sister, because that's what he's known her as.
No, I'm talking about Asuna.
Oh, yeah, he definitely does.
But I don't remember them outright saying that they're in kind of relationship at the end, is all I'm saying. I don't remember that. I could have been wrong.
They didn't outright say it, but
right.
I mean, it's just implied.
It's just implied, yeah, but how many times have we seen a series where something's implied and goes the complete opposite direction? We're like, the fuck is this?
Yeah, but we also watch a lot of stuff that most people wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay, so with, like, Alfheim, that's the second game.
Yeah.
So, the same people that made Sword Art made it.
Well, no, the guy that was underneath Kayaba, he, like, basically...
So,
okay.
After that ends, he's just like, oh yeah.
Well, Kayaba's dead.
Actually,
okay.
I thought what happened was, after he fought Kirito, he gave Kirito, like, the seed.
No, that's after Alfheim.
That was after Alfheim.
After he beats...
Okay, that's right, because
he uses it, and then...
Now I remember them going to the bar, and they talk about all the different worlds.
Yeah, because then at the end, when they are back in
that.
Alfheim, like, the 100 floors from Sword Art is in there because of the seed.
Yeah, that's right. One thing I never quite understood about Sword Art, can they leave that tower? Because aren't they
didn't
outside
you say they go outside of...
They go outside of it at the beginning.
Didn't you say they go out of it at one point?
To fight the pigs?
That's in that same world
when he
that
fights,
they were in.
Those floors? Yeah, that's on the same... That's still a floor.
Really? I thought the tower... Excuse me. I thought you could see the tower in the background. No? Oh, I don't remember what I'm thinking of then.
I think it's, like, crazy that, like... I mean, that tower has to be huge.
It is.
Oh, it is. Because, I mean, really, each floor is, like, an entirely
so
different
what,
world.
like...
You can't even see the
Okay, so
above
you go into this virtual reality, and you're in this tower. What's outside of it? Like?
Just space. Like it's like floating. It's basically like a floating castle almost. Because when they go outside of it at the end, when Kirito and Asuna die, like they're looking down at it, and it's just like a sky.
Although I will say, I think it's interesting because in each level, it's not so much like another level on a tower itself. It's more like another world because they'll look up into the sky and there's nothing there. It's more like a portal to another world completely than an actual floor on the tower.
I just think that the tower has floors, and the tower's so big.
I like how they
worlds.
never even like got to the top. They got
No,
to like,
they didn't.
They got to like
Could
in
you
the
imagine
60s.
the like crazy fucking monster at the 100th floor?
Yeah, I wonder
Well,
what
it
the
was
boss...
supposed to be Heathcliff
On the 99th floor?
on the 100th. Well, he said like on
No, I mean, like, okay,
Oh, yeah,
if he's
yeah.
going to be on the top floor, imagine the crazy motherfucker that was on the 99th. But I guess it wouldn't have mattered, because Kirito can take on Heathcliff.
I think that it's bullshit.
Well, he
that
technically
he's
lost. The only reason
using
he won was
hacks.
because-
Technically lost, but yeah, if it wasn't for the hacks, he would have owned him.
Well, no, because he turned it all off when he fought him.
Well, okay, again, I haven't seen this in a long-ass time, I don't remember.
Yeah,
shit.
because during
Okay,
that
so
last
when
fight,
they get in their duel...
on the duel, he's got hacks on. But
That's bullshit!
at the end, when he's like, okay, if you beat me now, I'll turn off all my stuff. If you beat me now,
And he beat
that'll
him.
be the end of the game. Well, no, because he killed him. He killed Kirito. But Kirito, like, he, like, heard something from Us after she died. Like,
And he got up and beat
reverberated.
him.
No, it was almost like his soul, basically, was still there, and he grabbed the sword so he couldn't pull it back, and then he just, like, and stabbed him, and then he was just, like, dead.
I still see that.
Speaking
as
of,
better.
I don't like how they made a big deal in that one in episode, what was it, 5 or 6? 5, I think, when he's with Silica and he's got this stupid regeneration, and the episode after that and on, the regeneration is gone. It's completely gone. Like, before that, he could regenerate 600 HP
per second.
10 seconds.
And
And after that, it's completely gone. There's so many points in the series where he'll be, like, at, like 10 HP or something, and it just sits there for like minutes.
That's crazy.
I didn't. Plot holes. Not really plot
Such
holes,
a
just
grand
like
investment, dude.
Yeah.
Not plot holes.
yeah.
Not plot holes,
No,
that's what we're talking
those are
about.
not grand investments.
No, they're not.
Oh, God,
Inconsistencies, yo.
Oh,
Inconsistencies.
we all know who the king of inconsistencies is, too.
Fucking.
No.
Kira Toriyama.
Oh, Toriyama.
He doesn't give a shit.
Anyway.
What up, Timeline 4? Gonna give a call out to that again.
Well, I guess it'd be the first time for them.
Yeah,
Well.
that is true. Second time for me. Well, no, not really. That would have been like the 1000th time
Yeah.
at least.
Alright, well, I suppose that pretty much rounds out Sword Art for us.
Anything you just bullshit about?
Okay, so is Sword Art worth watching?
Definitely.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I would say if you were a big fan of Dot Hack like I was, this is a good, what's a word? Like I said in the beginning, I like it because it reminds me of the old school animes that had this same kind of plot device.
Kind of falls off towards the end. Because
Yeah,
of that.
but it's because
But
something
it's-
else comes into place.
Right, there's still, something that's with Asuna that's just as important.
I mean, even then, he only dies once. In Alpine.
It makes such a big deal out of it, too.
Yeah, I know. Like, all he's gotta
Like-
do is go back in there.
Yeah, he ends up, I don't know.
I didn't like how, like, half the time, whether it be other characters or monsters, half the time it was a one-hit kill, and half the
Yeah.
time it was, like, 50.
There was no in between.
Yeah.
There was nothing that was like the same.
Like his
level
fight
as
with
them.
that general in Alpine. The Salamander General, I can't remember what his name is.
Dude, I love that
Like,
fight.
There was, like, a whole portion where they just ignored the HP bars, and he just hacked at him, and, like, nothing
Yeah, that
happened.
doesn't make any sense at all.
For both of them, on both sides.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like,
Um,
after he steals Leafa's sword, then the HP
Yeah,
bar comes back.
I will say, though, that was probably the second best fight in the series, would you say?
I don't
loved
know.
it. I thought it was
What's
amazing.
the best fight in the series?
Definitely when he's climbing the tower.
I don't know.
What's the most
dude, that
Moe
was so
moment in the
insane.
Most
series?
Moe? There's not a whole lot.
What's that chick with the dragon?
Silica?
She herself is probably the most Moe.
Pina. I
Pina.
love Pina. She's so adorable.
I would say there's not too much Moe
Yeah, there really
moments. There's plenty of Moe characters. I would
Another
say
small rant. I
she's
don't like
definitely
how
the most.
there's no class system in this game.
Why
So
don't we
it's
just start our
about-
outro? Because
don't feel like
Yeah,
doing
we
it
have
yet.
like 9 more minutes.
I'm having fun doing this, just bullshitting.
Okay, but it can't be too long.
Our bullshitting is the
Most-
outro. We're just going
Yeah.
into something else, so...
Well, yeah, but we also need
Okay.
to be like...
If you ever
Alright,
want to
we've
play
talked
any
about-
Alright,
fighting
guys,
game...
we'll tell you this right now. If you don't feel like listening to us bullshit, you can skip to, like, 58.
Anyway,
So, does that make you happy?
If
if you want to play any kind of fighting game, I'll beat you down terribly.
I still think we need to stick to MMOs and RPGs, since that's what the series we're talking about is about.
A Division.
I was going to say something about Elder Scrolls Online. I don't remember what, though.
So the last MMO I played was WoW, and
I was never too big of a fan of WoW.
I wasn't either.
dude, WoW is really awesome. I think it's really great. I just don't...
Like, they had a neutral class? Or neutrals fucking,
That, and I just don't have as much time for it, like, anymore. I mean, I don't really have time for MMOs. That's why I play fighting games and games like, say, League of Legends, because I can play a match. And in a fighting game, that's only going to last me a couple minutes. In League, I only have to sit down for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, unless it's a ranked 5.
One thing I will
And-
say, or continue.
Well, I'm like, that's just what I enjoy because it's convenient for me. I can't, like, get so involved. That's why I just can't play a whole lot of RPG games in general anymore. Like, I'm a huge fan of Dragon Quest. I love
dude.
Star Ocean and the Final Fantasy series.
We're gonna
reminds
go
me, there's
so
gonna be
hard.
another Star Ocean.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just like, you know, within, especially this past year and working as much as I do, I simply don't have the time for games like that anymore. I still love them, but, I mean, I bought Ni no Kuni, got like 12 hours into it, and I haven't played it in 5 months or so, so, like, you know, you'll mainly hear me on games like fighting games, for sure. That's
I definitely
where...
say I play mostly RPGs, but
Yeah,
like
same
Chris,
here.
I haven't had time to play any recently. I've been working too much.
I don't have a life, so...
Another problem I have, which I'm not saying that the current RPGs are bad, I'm just saying that
they're not, they don't hold a candle.
They're not even real RPGs in most cases, which I don't have a problem with League of Legends. I just personally don't like playing it. I think it's a great game, though. What bothers me is how people think it's an RPG, and it's not. It's a strategy game. But this is what everyone's idea of an RPG is warping into, and it's kind of...
I don't really think
No,
so. I think they make it
hold
very...
as far as Skyrim, which also isn't really as
That's
much...
not really an RPG
No.
either.
It's got...
I don't think people describe League as an RPG
Oh, dude,
a
I've
whole
heard
lot.
so many people
Well,
be
then
like,
if people
hey, what's
do
your
that,
favorite
then they're just
RPG?
misinformed because...
Skyrim? Or
People refer to
League?
still refer to it as an MMORPG, but it's
Right.
not.
Yeah, I mean...
It's an
it
MMO
has-
strategy.
It has RPG-esque things
You
to
can
it.
choose your equipment.
It's a versus game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not really a big fan of what RPGs are evolving into. I feel like, I don't want to say
Yeah,
people are getting lazier.
It kind of sucks because like I've been looking for more old school type ones, and it kind of limits me to indie games,
Yeah.
which I have no problem with. I mean, I love indie games. There's a lot of hidden gems there, but
I mean, like the old school RPG games, you would start off, you got to almost completely customize your character, or you wouldn't have a real appearance in the first place. Like in the first Final Fantasy, where you're just kind of some regular person. You had nothing special about you. You just a sprite.
yeah.
But you could completely do whatever you wanted with your characters. Now it's getting to the point in most RPGs where you're pretty much stuck with one character. You can't really decide what to do with him. He's stuck being what he is. I honestly think they give characters too much personality now. Because if you don't like a character, you're kind of stuck with him. Final Fantasy 13, I don't like lightning, so I didn't like 13. I really don't like lightning at all.
Well, 13 was just a mistake anyway.
And yeah, I was getting to that. 13 isn't a real RPG either. I mean,
Well, neither is 15, but you're looking forward to that.
But it's not trying to be an RPG.
No, he said straight up it's an action game.
Right.
Not even an action RPG, just straight up action game.
Right. I don't have a problem with
But
that.
the problem is that I have with it is I don't feel that it's deserving of a numbered Final Fantasy title.
I will say that. But
It should be something like Dirge of Cerberus was, a spin-off.
Right.
Dirge of Cerberus was a third-person shooter,
Well,
but
I mean,
it wasn't a numbered
they
title.
can't give it a spin-off, though, because there's no series for it to spin off from.
Well, it doesn't have to. I mean, it can just be another. It doesn't need to be 15. It can be Final Fantasy something.
But I mean, like I was saying with 13, we talk about 13 a lot. That's probably because I hate it so much.
A lot of people do.
I didn't hate 13.
And despite that,
it was subpar at best, but I didn't hate it.
Despite that, it has this huge
and I think
following.
Lightning's badass.
I don't like what they're doing to her in Lightning Returns.
It has
I'm
this
a
huge
Lightning
following
fanboy.
as an RPG to the point where they're making Lightning Returns.
With double D's, cat ears, and a tail.
Yeah. Those games, they're so
Fan
linear.
service.
You can't really choose too much about your character, and you don't do anything. It's kind of like they kind of brought it to the old school games where you pretty much just choose an attack, except it's even lazier than that.
Because you can just auto battle your way through the entire game.
That's the only real way to play. If you don't auto battle, then I mean,
I didn't, but I just stopped playing because
yeah. I don't know. I just don't like what RPGs are evolving into. I want to see an old school game like Final Fantasy 1 through
I think that
9, 10.
I guess I think it just
10
depends on
wasn't
how
too
you look at
RPG,
it,
but-
because I'm sure like some RPGs within recent times have been bad, but then I think that there are some series that are still really amazing, like Demon Souls and Dark Souls are phenomenal.
That's true. There are
RPGs.
still some great RPGs, but
Ni no Kuni's badass.
it's evolving into stuff like the Tale series. I don't have a problem with the Tale series, but again, it's not
Well, that has a different
very
appeal in
RPG.
general, though.
Right. It doesn't try to be very RPG. It's just a regular game that plays like an RPG.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much become nothing but all the RPGs are games like that. But they try so hard to be RPGs, and it's like, this is another game. So really,
Well,
most
another
of-
problem is
most
that
of
they're
my
trying
hate-
to be innovative.
yeah, most of my hate comes from just them calling it RPGs.
I mean, look at Mugen Souls.
yeah,
That was upsetting.
Well,
that was pretty
anywho,
upsetting.
shall we start outro?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, so, pretty awesome first episode. I've enjoyed it so far.
I do.
Yeah.
I think we all like doing it enough that we're going to do it no matter what, but still, tell us what you think.
Tell us what you guys want to hear us do. We'll always have something set up, but we do want to. I mean, it's for us, but we're doing it as well for you. So,
Yeah.
if you guys want to hear something in specific, like if you guys want to hear us do a show, like if you don't know if you want to spend the time to download it or buy it, and you want to hear something about it first, granted, you're gonna get it all spoiled for you.
We'll try to do our best in the future not to give away too many major spoilers.
This was
This
something.
is
our first
uncut.
time.
Yeah, this is uncut.
This is how you get it.
Where
Anything you want to plug, Chad? Where can people find you?
can people find me?
Yeah.
You can probably find me on Facebook quite a bit. We'll all probably try and post on Facebook about what's going on.
Probably me less so. I have the most time, but I'm pretty lazy.
Yeah. Granted,
You'll probably see a lot from Ryan. He's
be the one that
he's
manages,
what is it, Neo Kotsky?
something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, he's gonna be the one mostly on it. He'll probably just be posting a bunch of stupid pictures.
But regardless, he'll probably be the one that will keep you the most informed, because a lot of the time we'll probably be too lazy to say something, so we'll just text him.
I'll drop by every now and then. If you guys got questions, go ahead and ask them. I'll probably get to them as far as information before Chad or Chris. Ryan will probably just kind of stumble around and try and answer and fail.
Let's talk about this. One thing we're thinking about doing is maybe we'll each have our own special episode where we'll have everyone else on it too, but it's something that we'll host. So stay tuned for that. In those cases, you'll probably see whoever is the host of it will be the one that's posting about it.
Yeah.
I would really like to do stuff like who would win in a fight, or who's the best character in some aspect.
Comparisons, but not...
Right. Comparisons, but not outright, this person is the strongest.
except for,
No.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Though
So,
I will say, nothing can beat the Cho Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
So,
except
but
for a few things
we
that
won't
I
get
won't
into.
talk about, but I mean,
we'll start too much hate. But so you'll probably see me posting a lot, like, hey, give me some fire users that you want to hear about, and I'll do an episode. We'll probably have.
They'll definitely be shorter.
Yeah, they won't be as long, but
All
we'll
of
have
all,
one or two
the only
of
ones
us
that'll be
just-
this long are reviews.
Right. I think, Chris, what was the one you wanted to do?
top 5.
Top
5
fives.
something in some series.
So,
whatever.
since those are mostly going to be your own opinions, you probably won't get too much feedback from everyone about it.
I'll still ask
But
everybody
yeah, you'll still
their
talk to people
opinions
about
on
it.
my rankings.
I can do. I think
Talk
you
about
said
movies.
something about movies. I was thinking actually more along the lines of probably visual novels. I'm a big fan of
Yeah,
those.
that works too. You're really the only one of us that gets too into it. I mean,
Dude,
I know, Chris, you've seen a few, huh?
I
I read a little bit into Shuffle.
I haven't.
you did one path through
honestly
Shuffle,
done-
and you did part of the intro to KS. You
Yeah.
still need to finish
I've
that.
honestly, I haven't done anything. So I think visual novels would be good for you.
Yeah, because I'll go
Alright,
through all the paths.
Yeah.
Let's see. If folks want to find me, I have a YouTube channel where I'll be posting AMVs, and that is Gabool _. That's GABOOL _ _the_wild. And you can also find me with the same username on PSN if you ever want me to beat you down in MVC or really any fighting game. And also on League of Legends.
Honestly, I have so many usernames that y'all might have a hard time finding me on things, but I'm not really on anything too much anyway.
I'm not on anything, so don't try and find me.
Yeah, but if I am on anything, I'll let y'all know.
The only thing you'll ever see me on is Facebook, and I'm not on too often.
No. I'm probably actually
Alright.
on Facebook the most.
Well,
But
Let us know what you guys want to hear us do, all that stuff.
it's been
oh,
fun.
shout out to,
Well, oh yeah, what was his name? Because I couldn't find it.
Oh man, I can't remember his name. There's
Okay,
was it in?
whatever kind of Asian you were, you know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this,
if you understand us.
if you understand us,
shout out to you, man. You liked our page like the first day we had it, and
And you're awesome.
you're awesome.
So, hurrah.
We love you.
We love you.
Hugs and kisses.
Alright, and I think that's
That was a fun
the
episode.
end of the first episode.
All right,
Bye.
peace.
Godspeed.